This is Talk Easy. I'm Sam Fragoso. Welcome to the show. Hi, Julia.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Sam.
How are we doing?
I'm good. I'm just, here on your show.
Yeah.
Very excited. But yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so you have 2 movies out at the moment, and I thought we start with Weapons, which I've heard you refer to as, quote, a horror magnolia. Now, when I think of Magnolia and the scene of like the frogs falling down, that feels like a horror movie to me. But explain to people who haven't seen it how you see the film.
Well, I also think, too, it has comedic elements to it. It just feels like a long nightmare, a real nightmare. And it feels very intimate because it just, it feels like it could just be your everyday life. But it's not every day. It's a crazy ride.
I'm about to say, what does your everyday life look like? Because
not Weapons.
Weapons feels pretty far away from mine.
I mean, it was Weapons when I was shooting it.
Did you wake up every day at 2:17?
In the morning, with fuming with anxiety? Not for that job.
Right. Oh, another one.
Yeah, different job, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll guess on which one that was later. The log line of the movie is, so like you're a teacher at a school. Her name's Justine. You come into class only to discover that all of your students, except for one, have vanished in the night at the exact same time. It's my understanding that you keep a journal for each character, writing as the person you're about to play. So on the page, what did Justine sound like in your diary? What was she afraid of?
Not feeling enough. And like feeling like this sense of shame in a way. And I think, it's not, that's not what the movie is about, but the movie has aspects of addiction, each character in a way. And I think, with addiction, behind the addiction is shame. So I think that there's that sense of shame of not feeling worthy or like lovable in a way. But she loves those kids. She loves those kids.
And in the film, we see her with a drinking problem, or at the very least,
she doesn't think she's like a functioning alcoholic.
Right.
Yeah.
She teaches kids at times maybe a little bit drunk. It's not exactly clear.
It's ambiguous.
It's ambiguous whether she crosses that line or not.
Right. She just shows up to work like just slosh, like, hey kids.
Not being enough is boy, you just like jumped right into the podcast. Like I feel it's a lot.
Yeah. I've been told that. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's good. It's good. I mean, on the page, this is maybe a dumb question, but like is the diary that you keep for each character, do you get a new Moleskine for each one? Or is it like
one? Or
is it in the notes app?
No, I have a Moleskine and it's not, I don't finish the whole journal.
For each character.
Right. But I can go back to every character I've ever played in my life, in my career, and look at that time. And it's really funny.
That's amazing.
Like my handwriting my handwriting's still really bad. But
mine's gotten so much worse.
It's gotten, same. It used to be really good when I was a kid, and then it just stopped.
We tried to impress people more when we were kids.
Right. Why do you think that is?
I think we're told that we ought to.
Do you think it's because we were more open? So we didn't want to disappoint
Were you more open as a kid?
For sure. I think everybody's more open as a child. I also think that's why they're the best actors.
Although child actors, you're a rare exception. Sometimes it doesn't work so well.
What, with child? I mean, I started when I was 16, though.
I guess it's like child adjacent.
Exactly. It's not, it's like now looking back and I'm like, wow, I was a kid. But when I was 16, I thought I was not a child, and I wanted to go everywhere by myself.
It's true. So when people saw you in Martha, Marcy, May, Marlene, I remember thinking that does seem like a developed, fiery
child,
adult. No, it kind of felt like even as a performer, it seemed like you had figured something out already by then.
No,
nothing.
No, I was like,
you were that good at faking it.
Yeah, my whole life. I've been acting my whole life, basically. Facts, actually. I did that movie when I was 16. That was my first movie. So the thing that I learned from that job was just to be on a film set. I've never, been on a film set. I just didn't really get it. And, but it was an incredible first job.
Did you diary for that one too?
No, because I was such a new actor.
You were figuring it out.
I was figuring it out. And, I didn't even know if I was going to do this for the rest of my life. I was still 16 and I knew that I loved film, but you're just playing around when you're that age.
I guess like the process of the fact that you have a moleskine of all your characters, that you have entries for most of them.
Well, there's different things. There's like, I'll tell you.
Yeah, okay. So, that's why I want to know the process.
Yeah. So what I do is that I will write different characteristics, as I don't like, talking in third person, but I will for this. It's a big pet peeve of mine. I will write as Julia.
Okay.
And then just different characteristics and just different things. And then I will write I'll write like a different my different relationships in my life.
So for Justine, walk us through what
I'll
write
that was. Like what my relationship is with my father, with my mother, with Paul, with the kids, like all the different relationships in my life, and just the different have bullet points for that, and then I start writing as her.
Okay. So then it's
just like I don't write as myself.
Okay.
I write
Julia's gone.
Instead of saying Justine or she or whatever, I'll write I.
And does that help?
It helps a lot. Yeah. Because you already have everything, all the bullet points marinated, and then you kind of can just write whatever she's feeling in a way. Justine's feeling.
The amount of imagination and like pre-planning that takes. Do you remember when you started doing that? Like where did that process even come from?
It came from taking notes. I also don't love to write in my script because I don't want people to see my notes.
You're protective of them.
Yeah, well, I have a trauma with that, actually. I had a long time ago, I had a director once that I found out, they're like, yeah, maybe don't write so much on the script because you're giving it away. And I think it was, which is not so crazy, but like that.
Was someone peeping at the script?
I think so. And then, but that kind of opened up a different thing for me, which is, I think secrets are very important. I think, art, you need three things. You need love and passion / rage, and secrets.
Wow. Love, passion / rage, and secrets.
I also think too, like you ask the director questions, he gives you information, all the things, and then I think that you discuss things with whoever you're working with, and then I think you also just keep things for yourself because everybody has secrets.
Okay, so tell me, in the film, Justine is like this pariah in the community. Parents accuse her.
A pariah, I like that.
Yeah,
but it kind of is.
Okay, you can use it. It's all yours. As parents start accusing her of knowing where their children are, like as if she's part of the plan. On the side of the car, on the side of your character's car, someone graffitis the word witch. And that's how she's kind of made to feel in the community, like a witch. Now, during the actor strike, when you went to clown school, under a coach that I feel like I'm going to mess up his name, so I don't want to mess it up. Philippe Goulier?
Goulier, yeah.
Goulier, okay. Like Sacha Baron Cohen have studied with him. A lot of people have studied with him. 2 questions. 1, at the school, what did he cast you as?
A witch. Yeah. He's like, you look like a witch. And I was like, okay.
And that is his accent.
Yes. I'm just like, yeah, it is. It is. What happens in clown school stays in clown school.
Well, I learned a lot about clown school last night.
You did?
I learned a lot.
Was that the biggest research you were doing for this?
That's actually all clown questions. I hope you weren't.
I am technically a certified clown.
I believe it. I can feel it right now.
No, I have a certificate.
No, I know. You brought it. You showed it to me right when you walked in today. You said...
Wait, what did I say?
No, I'm kidding. You did. That'd be great if you came to every interview bringing your certificate.
And my clown notes?
Your clown notes.
Yeah.
So but he's like, what I want to ask you is, what did you get from the training that you didn't know you needed? And feel free to deliver this in his accent if you like.
I will, Sam. I think, no, I think... Sorry.
That's amazing.
It's so crazy. Oh my God.
So he has like a drumming class.
He has a drumming class. He has this fake piece of shit in his hand. Sorry. Can I curse here?
Yes, you can.
It's a complete shit. It was absolutely awful. No, but he's amazing.
He talks a lot about his main criticism of people is that they are boring.
Well, I think he also talks about being an idiot.
Yes.
Which is really important.
He said you have to find your idiot. Your innocent, special, marvelous idiot. Which if he met me, he'd find that in about 30 seconds. But what does that mean? Like, why did you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. It's funny that he said the word innocent because it goes back to what I was saying about the openness of a child. So I think that things stop when you start closing up.
And when did you start?
When did I start closing up is what you're about to ask. This is like a therapy session.
Yeah. You know the show.
Yeah, exactly. I like it.
Part therapy, part clown work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't, you know what? It's funny. Like there was a lot of changes that happened in my life, you know, after Ozark and just with my career and everything. And, you know, when something like that happens after, you know, getting the attention like that, you know, it can go 2 ways. Either it affects your confidence in a way where it's either I notice people either drink their like own Kool-Aid in a way, or they all of a sudden they feel like, why me? Like I realize that winning and losing is kind of ultimately the same feeling.
I heard you say that after you won your 3rd Emmy, you never had less confidence.
Yeah.
In yourself.
Yeah. And that's why I went to clown school. Because I realized I was closing up.
Okay.
And I didn't know what was wrong. And then going there and failing in front of people and them having this expectation that I was going to nail it.
Right.
In a way.
Because you're Julia Garner from Ozark.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Martha Marcy May Marlene.
Or any of the projects.
Or Not Fade Away.
Or Not Fade Away. The list continues.
The dream scene.
Or Talk Easy.
What character did you play in that dream scene in Not Fade Away?
I played a clown.
Thank you. That's it.
I played a clown. I guess people always are like, well, she's 2 things. She's either a witch or a clown. Do I have witch clown energy?
I can't answer that yet. But when I was watching the scene at 6 a.m. from Not Fade Away, because it was hard to find, when I connected that the clown part of Not Fade Away to the clown school that you went to the witch of it all and weapons, I was like, I need to go back to therapy. This is I've gone too deep.
Yeah, you're like, I'm interviewing a clown witch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when so at the school you were on stage. You said he had a piece of
fake poop. Yeah.
In his hand.
Yeah.
And so when you performed up there, did he like?
Did he ever lift it up?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Does that mean he likes you?
No, I mean, he's definitely said something was bad, but he did say it wasn't boring though.
Okay.
Which is good. That's the worst thing you can be.
Okay, so he's in some way one of your influences now. I mean, having gone there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think what influenced me again was realizing that it doesn't really matter because failure is so important. Because if you don't fail, you're not going to have a win and you're not going to have success. So whenever I kept on failing, I would go back up on stage and then it was like, what's the worst? And it's funny, I was like that my whole life. And I think...
Tell me about that. Because I heard you say like...
Well, I failed a lot in my life.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think people would think that, given that it started to work pretty quickly for you. Like, started working at 16 on Martha Marcy May and...
Because I always had like the what's the worst mentality, just because I was extremely sick as a child.
Yeah.
So
you had epilepsy?
I had very bad epilepsy. And it was kind of like I had a great day at the end of the day if I didn't get a seizure. You know?
Really? It was that bad?
Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like, oh, well, it was, a successful day because I don't know how tomorrow's going to be.
Would you get them in school?
Yeah. On the bus.
Oh, God.
School.
Wait, how on the bus?
From the sunlight.
When did you realize, like, oh, this is not happening to other kids?
Very early on.
Yeah. And that felt what way to you?
I mean, it was always a reminder. Like, a lot of medications didn't work for me. So even when I would go to a birthday party, like, I couldn't eat the food. Because, certain foods trigger
epilepsy?
The brain. Yeah. So I got to, when I was 4 till I was, I think 12, 13 was my last seizure.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's funny. It's like, and I had very bad reading problems also. I had a lot of issues, but it's kind of funny. It kind of prepped me that a sense of lack of control. There's a lot of lack of control when you enter this business.
Right.
And, when you know that you cannot control your body, you kind of you have to accept it. Everything. And just let go. And kind of, that's it. And then, so that kind of prepped me for that. And then also with my learning problems, I kind of just acted the whole time that I was smarter than I actually was. So I was always just acting and...
That's what you meant by I've been performing forever.
Mm-hmm.
So you grew up in Riverdale, is that right? In the Bronx?
Mm-hmm.
You've compared your childhood to a Noah Baumbach film. Your mother was a therapist. Mm-hmm. Your father, a painter and art teacher from Ohio. Mm-hmm. Baumbach-wise, was your childhood more like Squid and the Whale or Marriage Story?
Oh, neither. I mean, my parents are still together.
I know.
I just mean it was
that's
very
like a
New
central
York.
tenet
yeah,
of the...
I guess that is he is a...
that's like my childhood.
Yes.
A lot of divorces.
Yeah, there's no divorce, but it was just very New York.
Very New York.
I grew up with, similar type of people.
What did your very New York childhood look like?
Going to a lot of museums and theater. And, my parents are extremely creative. Mm-hmm. They're like the funniest, like my whole family, they're the most creative people I know. Like if I want an interesting idea, I just go to my parents and my sister. They're the most creative people I know.
I heard that one of your earliest performances was delivered with them anytime a telemarketer called.
Yeah.
And you were sitting around the kitchen table.
It was a family activity.
Okay, so why don't you walk us through this?
So my family, every time like a telemarketer would call, we would pick it up and we would keep them on the phone and we would just troll them as a family. So my dad would have his voice and then my mom would come in with her voice and then my sister would come in with her voice and then I would do like a bird sound and then they're like, sorry, my parents flying around. We can come back. And it was like chaotic as a family.
So they'd call, they'd be like, and then hello, is Tom Gardner here?
Yeah. And then we would prank call people that like, I didn't really love. And just when prank calling was a thing.
Oh, like classmates.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And your family would all get in on pranking your fellow classmates.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's amazing.
Yes, this is the childhood that I grew up in.
By the way, can I say something?
Yeah.
It makes total sense that you play an Anna Delvey now.
What is that supposed to mean?
Just like
untrustworthy. I play untrustworthy characters. You're like, you are a clown witch, untrustworthy witch.
Aren't you playing Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are interesting.
I think they're amazing.
Next question.
God, that's so good. That's good. Your family was supportive of you. They thought no bully is only your bully. They're all of ours. We're going to take it on our own hands.
Exactly. And there were only kids that were mean. They weren't doing it to like.
And why don't you name a couple of them?
No.
You looked at the camera when I said that.
Yeah.
You know
who you are.
You do know. You still kind of know a little bit, don't you?
What? Who they remember who they? Of course, I don't forget.
They lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do as a family? What did you do?
My childhood was definitely like a Noah Baumbach film, for sure, except for the New York part, the divorce part, especially. But we watched movies, as I think
same.
You guys did. The Holy Trinity for Julia Garner, as I understand it. Bette Davis in All About Eve, Sharon Stone in Casino, and Gena Rowlands in A Woman Under the Influence.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I think those performances, and then, obviously there's other performances that, it's not just, actresses, just actors too. Like,
it's kind of an amazing holy trinity of dysfunction, though.
Yeah, because I think they changed the game for how writers write for women. I do believe that those characters, I feel like I would not have the career that I've had of interesting characters like that, female characters, if those movies didn't happen and if they didn't do that with the part in a way. And I actually told that to Sharon Stone. I was at the Met Gala. I was at the Met Gala. No, but I was. And so I was walking and then I tripped on my dress. I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. And I fell on someone's lap.
Wow.
And I looked up.
And it was Sharon Stone.
The light I was right on her legs. I was like, oh my God. And the light hit her face like perfectly. And she was like, hello, Julia Garner. And I was like,
this could be a scene in All About Eve.
I was like, hi, Sharon Stone. I was like, oh my God. And then we ended up talking and she was telling me how much she loved Ozark and The Assistant. And I told her, thank you. Because without, her performance in Casino and all in her career and everything, like I would not have the career and get the parts that I've gotten without that performance. And then we ended up hanging out the whole night and told me a bunch of great stories. And I love her.
It's kind of a perfect icebreaker that you fell
in her lap. Yeah, quite literally.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What did she say when you said that? Because that movie is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But her career did not work out the way she wanted. And she's talked about it in her memoir. She talks about how she was passed over and discriminated against. There were all kinds of just kind of rampant, blatant misogyny within the industry.
Yeah.
And you would think after doing something that great, she would get to do all the things that she totally deserved to do. And so for you to say that, I wonder where that landed with her.
Well, I don't think you ever get the credit when you're a trendsetter.
Yeah.
And I think that's what she is. I think she, there's certain people that do things first. And I think when you do things first, you don't always get the credit in a way that like you should. But you're always going to be that person. And everybody knows it. And they can't compete with that.
Yeah. I bet it was nice also for you to say that. I mean, I'm sure she knows it, but probably not told it enough. I don't think so.
No, and I think, yeah, I think that there are certain performances that, you know, really they do change the game for actors in a way. And nobody, you know, people want to see people be a mess because that's relatable. And I think when you can be messy and unapologetic on screen, there's a sense of authority, and that's extremely attractive.
Those 3 performances, I was thinking how, like, when you were a kid and you had epilepsy till you were a teenager, dyslexic, you had this quote where you said that once I started performing, I could say everything that I couldn't say in my life. And I wonder now, like, now that you're early 30s, or you just turned 30?
Yeah, or 31.
What did you want to say that you couldn't then but can now?
I don't know, because I was really shy as a kid, and this business forced me to not be shy. And I'm not super comfortable getting asked a lot of questions. I like asking questions.
I see that.
Yeah. And so I always felt like I had a lot to say, because I had a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts in here, and I would never express it. Or I couldn't feel like I could express it. So I felt like any sort of opportunity that I could say other people's words but express my feelings, just depending on what the scene was, even, it felt like I was expressing something that was like my voice in a weird way, even though it's somebody else's words.
Do you remember an early performance where you got to do that?
I took a scene study class. I was the youngest one there. They made an exception. I was 14. There was like all these, you know, older teenagers. And I just remember the first time feeling like I got lost in the moment. And I also remember feeling like I felt like I expressed everything that I wanted and needed to express. And my whole life, that is something I still struggle with. I've sometimes feel completely misunderstood. And the only time that I don't is when I'm acting.
Laura Linney says, who worked with on Ozarks, Julia throws herself into the work with an abandon. She doesn't even remember what she's done after they yell cut. You can see her face morph in ways that you cannot do if you're self-conscious. She sticks her finger right into the socket.
That's very nice that she said that, and that means a lot because she's brilliant.
Kitty Green, when I asked her this morning, she said the same thing.
I'm going to cry because I love both of those women so much. I'm always constantly trying to chase flow state. And that's really hard. And because there's a lot of distractions going on set. And I also like to, I prepare, but then I get to the point where I throw everything away, and then I want to surprise myself in a way. Like, I think if I can surprise myself, I feel like that is like a successful day.
What was the first film in which you felt like, or show, where you felt like, oh, I surprised myself on that?
I think the first one was probably Ozark, because I remember doing season 1, and before that, what I would always get cast is kind of like the quiet, frail girl who leaves a cult or gets pregnant or is maybe a mute, or I don't know, like just like that kind of part. And then Ozark was more, I had to be this aggressive kind of wounded dog and like, you know, animal in a way.
One journalist called you the go-to cult girl. You played cult members, a pregnant Mormon girl, cannibals, a girl who was in love with a KGB secret agent who wore weird glasses, and
Funny.
and you said even the time I play a teenager in Grandma, she's pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I always got the freaks. I did. Hollywood didn't want to cast me as the love interest, which is totally fine. Yeah, I think, but that's also, that's interesting. Those are the interesting parts. Yeah. I don't know.
Did that bother you?
When I was younger?
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, it did, because I felt like, oh my God, I'm like, am I just like so like weird looking that I have to like get these kind of roles? But then it didn't, because the prepping for that was so much fun and just so interesting in a way. And it was harder. So it trained me more in a way.
Did you feel like you were weird looking?
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, when I first came to LA, or one of the first trips, I was probably 17, and like the amount of producers and just people were like, oh my God, she needs to straighten her hair, or she needs to get veneers. They were like obsessing over that I needed to get veneers.
Uh-huh.
And so it was like always this thing. And I remember very early on that I knew I wasn't going to get my break here. And where, if I were to get a break, it would probably be in New York. And Ozark got, that the casting was out of New York.
When things started to change and turn for you, what was it like to field calls from the exact same people who said just years prior that you should change everything about yourself?
Nice. That my instinct was right. I notice a lot of times when I don't listen to my instincts. I always listen to my instinct, because it's usually right, because I'm a witch. No, I'm kidding. But
I think a little.
Do you think so?
Mm-hmm.
No, well, okay.
I think in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that whole thing of very early on, I learned that it's very important in this business to say no.
When did you start listening to yourself?
Well, I always have, but sometimes it's hard in the beginning because you're just young and you have to say yes a lot before you say no. But then you also have to know what to say no to, in a way. And I'm not going to change who I am.
Yeah,
in a way.
It's hard because it's already such a pain in the ass to get through your 20s.
Yeah.
And then to put that through the vessel of this industry. Even the way you diary. It feels like there's more time spent on the character that you're diarying for than for you, the person that has to play the character.
I sound like I'm having an identity crisis. Yeah, but in order to be a good artist, you have to make sure that you have experiences and you have a life, like you're a real person. Because I'm a person first, and I'm an actor second.
I don't think that's easy. If you don't come from money, you don't come from it. I think it is hard to not put the thing that is your livelihood first.
Yeah. Well, everything has a price in a way. Everything. If you love something or are passionate about something, it comes with a cost in a way, or a lot. Like you're putting yourself out there, And again, the openness.
Yeah.
Setting yourself up for joy and hurt.
We're doing a new thing because we've asked a lot of tough, emotionally charged questions. This is called the Talk Easy Interlude. Okay, growing up in New York City, I heard you have a severe aversion to rats of any kind. How far did you make it into the film Ratatouille?
I didn't finish it. So probably 30 minutes.
Okay.
I know it's one of the greatest films of all time. I get it. It's just the idea of a rat on the top of someone's head, like pulling the hair. The guy's having an identity crisis, imposter syndrome. I mean, the whole thing is literally my worst nightmare. It's just awful.
In preparation for playing Anna Delvey, you went up to Buffalo to visit her in prison. When you met her for that first time, what did you wear? Like, was it designer?
Can you do it in the Delvey voice?
Can you?
Well, I know I can, but I want to hear your Delvey voice.
Come on, please.
What do you wear?
Can you do it again?
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
Okay, that's good. That's very good.
I watched that show and I could not stop saying, Rachel, Rachel.
Rachel.
Everyone in my life was like, you don't, I actually do have a friend named Rachel. And she was like, yeah, you need to stop saying this.
I don't remember what I wore.
Because she cares a lot about those things.
Yes. I probably, because it was so cold, I probably wore my uniform in the winter, which is just a black turtleneck and jeans.
This is pretty much what I'm wearing.
I mean, that's like my uniform.
You can imagine that. Can you walk me through the steps to perfecting her accent? There's like 3 different things going on, right?
Yeah, it was very stressful because I just finished Ozark and I had 3 weeks at the most until I went to started shooting Delvey. So first I had to learn a German accent, which was crazy. So yeah, but that wasn't, that was bad. But my family, my grandmother was German. So
Did you ever do your grandmother's German accent when the telemarketers called?
My mother did. My mother did my grandma's German accent.
Did she really?
Yeah. And she's like, sorry, my parrot is flying all over the place. This is very bad German accent. So yeah, but it's getting a little better.
It's getting better and better.
Yeah, better.
The longer you do it, the better you'll get at it.
And then you have Russian coming in.
Okay.
A little bit like down here. I don't know what that is. But
yeah, but can you do that? What did you have for breakfast today, Anna?
I don't know. I don't eat breakfast. I have coffee, cigarette, I don't. You ask too many questions. And then...
See, by the way, can I tell you? Listener.
Yeah.
She said that the characters get to say things that Julia cannot. And there you go.
There you go.
You asked too many questions.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't me. That was the Russian person that I was doing.
Sure, of course.
The bad Russian accent that I was doing.
It wasn't you at all.
And then...
The third part?
And then the third part is, you have to make sure that when you do any sort of European, they probably learned English in the British way. So it has a little bit of hint of a British accent. And then she wants to sound like American Girl, like whatever.
So you don't remember what you were wearing, but she definitely was thinking about what you were wearing when you met her.
Probably.
I've been told that you are a big believer in astrology.
No, I grew up because my mother got my chart done like a few days after I was born.
Right.
She's big in astrology.
Can you tell me what it means to have a sun in Aquarius, a moon in Libra, and Sagittarius rising? Because those are all terms I learned this morning.
Okay, so it's so funny how things make it on the internet.
This is also, we're here to get things right. If it's not important to you.
So Aquariuses are very weird. Okay.
And she continues.
And no, but they're introverts, but sometimes they don't make any sense, but they sometimes they're like, what are they saying? And then all of a sudden it makes like perfect sense.
I think I understand it now.
Yeah. And then but they think outside the box. Aquariuses. And you're always going to get, interesting, and they're a little stubborn sometimes.
And do you feel that's pretty?
It's pretty accurate. I can feel like people sometimes listen to me and they are hearing a little bit.
Do you think I've been doing that?
No, you actually haven't. When's your birthday?
September 9th.
Oh, so you're a Virgo.
Yeah.
Are you very organized?
Listener, she showed up before me today at the taping, so that may answer your question. Couple more things, and then we're going to go back to normal questions. In Ozark, how many takes did you get to yell, if you want to stop me, you're going to have to fucking kill me?
I completely disassociated that day. I really did. It was one of the most traumatizing days ever on set. I mean, by the way, it was a great day. It wasn't anybody else, but it was just, I was in a very interesting place in my life that I had, I was in a lot of pain at that time. And so.
Is that a breakup?
No. Just stuff in my life that I was
You
going
asked
through.
too many questions.
Yeah, too many questions. We like secrets a little.
We like
bit,
little
Sam.
secrets. I don't know what voice I'm doing now.
Yeah, I like this voice.
It's some kind of Russian thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were going through a lot.
Yeah, and it was kind of one of those things. It was a really intense day.
Can we bring this back to like these new films and the work post Ozarks? I guess I'm also thinking about The Assistant a lot, which I think is such a good movie.
Thank you. I love that film. I'm very proud of that movie.
Yeah, and Kitty Green's obviously such a talent. How often, how are you able to separate or divide the I'm having a hard time in my life in this moment as you were on the you're gonna have to fucking kill me day of Ozarks? How do you go about separating? Is that even possible?
Really hard. It's very hard. I feel more when I'm working, I feel more like the character inside than myself, but I am presenting like, again, third person. I hate talking like that, but as Julia, I feel more like the character though, inside. And it is really hard. And it's also hard because, especially when you're on set, you want to make sure to keep the energy going. It's positive, so there's that sense of responsibility too, that you don't want to, just because you're down, you don't want to ever drag other people down, because people, need to do their job in a way.
I guess on the other side of that, when you did win the Emmys and all that, and you said the reason I went to clown school is because I
think what I realized once I got off the stage is that also all the thing, you go out there for 30 seconds if you're lucky, because they cut it very short, and then you get off the stage, and then the next day it's just your life, so it's not about the result. It is really about the process. That's what I live for. I live for the process.
And the confidence that was shaken. Have you rediscovered that?
Well, what is confidence?
I don't know, but
what is confidence?
I think that depends.
Because it depends. Because I can't say, if you were to ask me, do you know yourself? I would say absolutely. Do I know my limitations? Absolutely. And that to me is very confident in one sense.
Very confident.
But in the other sense, it's like other superficial things that people, I don't know, stupid things. But what do you think confidence is? Because I'm trying to figure that out. I don't even know what it is.
I think it's confidence is your capacity and willingness to fall short. I think. As I have a few times.
Same.
In this episode.
Are you confident?
I feel confident in the research. I feel confident in the prep and the process and the writing I do. And then we're in a room and I have a lot of stuff going on, you have stuff going on, and shit happens.
Yeah.
And it's imperfect.
But isn't that perfect though?
Yeah, especially with editing.
No, but I love imperfections. I love imperfections.
I know, you just gave me the punchline, so I had to. Yeah.
That's what makes people interesting.
What's confident to you? What are you trying to work out? What were you trying to work out at the school, and now you're back from it? You've done these 2 movies. You're moving forward. You're playing the Caroline Allison. Is that her name? You're saying you're trying to figure it out for yourself. What does that look like? What do you want to figure out?
Well, it changes with age. I feel like. With the clown school, I realized it's just always stay open. You have to, especially as an artist, you always have to stay open, and magical things happen when you stay open. I think now for me, it's just the thing that I'm focusing on is just who I'm spending my time with. I think time is the biggest luxury.
I was thinking that when you like growing up in the Bronx, and you're Noah Baumbach,
growing up in the Bronx,
growing up in the Bronx, in your Noah Baumbach-like childhood, on the back of your door, in your childhood bedroom, there was a mirror. Is that right?
I still have it.
The mirror.
I still have the door.
You still have the door? And what did you put on that door?
Things that inspired me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like an inspiration door, and I wasn't even aware of it.
What was on there?
Well, there was Elizabeth Taylor and Paul Newman from The Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Naturally.
And then Bette Davis. And it was actually from those, remember when stamps used to always have like every month they would have like a new special stamp. So it would come with like a giant sticker. Or
okay.
So I would cut it, and then I would always collect those things. And then I had, what else did I have? I had all sorts of, and then I had Kate Winslet from like a Lancôme campaign. I had all these people that I just like loved, these women that I love. And then I had this like Daft Punk sticker because my sister went to the Pyramid tour, and she got me like a sticker. And
amazing.
She was cooler and older than me. So yeah.
Is it weird to think that there are some young performers right now that may have a sticker of you on their mood inspiration board and want to be actors?
I've never thought of that. No.
It's not unlikely that someone's like, this is my Elizabeth Taylor.
Well, you're like, oh my God, she's giving Virginia Woolf.
I'm glad you're saying it.
Yeah.
That must be, I don't know what that's like. I don't know, it's kind of emotional to me. It's like,
it is emotional. That's why I'm silent in that way. Like it's like it's overwhelming in a way. And it's also really nice that everybody in a way is kind of the same. Everybody's the same. Everybody starts out the same.
What do you mean?
That like things in life, it's simple. You are inspired to be something or someone, and you work again the process, and then you maybe get there, or maybe you don't, or just people. We kind of, we're the same in certain ways. Everybody's the same.
You said recently, I have to constantly make myself feel uncomfortable. And that's going to make me feel comfortable as an artist. I feel if I have any sort of comfort, then something's deeply wrong. How do you how do you work towards that in the chapter ahead? Like, how do you keep, is that still the goal, this kind of discomfort?
I don't want to know everything. I want to learn. I always want to learn something new. I don't want to feel like I know like everything, or I kind of am doing the same tricks in a way. Otherwise otherwise I'm going to get so bored.
Yeah.
I think it comes from that, and also just constantly feeling like I'm growing in some way, and not changing, but growing and learning.
Do you feel like you are?
I try. That's why I always look for things to make me uncomfortable, I guess. I don't know.
Hopefully this podcast hasn't made you feel that uncomfortable.
Not at all. Like, I've been very comfortable, truly.
Laura Linney says you get lost in the character. Kitty Green, you worked with on 2 movies, says the same thing. I think Jason Bateman had a variation on this, that you kind of dissolve into the person. As a kid, and we talked about it, the characters said everything that you couldn't. at 31, is that still true?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think that all the things that you feel as a kid or the struggles, they follow you for a lifetime. So yeah, absolutely. But then they become a superpower. You can, I'll end it here. You can change the narrative in your own life. When you're a kid, your world is so small.
Yeah.
And simple in certain ways. You don't know how your life is going to be.
Yeah.
And I still don't know how my life is going to be in a way, which is also exciting. And I love that.
Yeah, I did too. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for having me. This has been like, I'm such a fan, and I was a little nervous. But then you were so cool, and I was like, he's a buddy. He's good.
Was it all right?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
Was it all right for you?
Yeah, it was very all right.
Because you have very smart guests. So
yeah, that includes you. Julia Garner, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
See you next time.
See you next time.